An example of homogeneous mixture is option A, a mixture of soil and water, option B, mixture and salt and sand grains, option C, sugar solution, and option D is none of the above. So out of this, the one can form the homogeneous solution is a sugar solution that will form a completely, sugar will get completely dissolved in water and that will form the homogeneous solution. Question number 47 is 1 mole of methylamine on reaction with the nitrous acid at NTP gives. When we talk about the methylamine, it's CH3NH2 on reaction with the nitrous acid, that is HNO2, gets converted into corresponding alcohol. So we'll get CH3OH with the liberation of a nitrogen gas and water. Now in this case we can see that according to the moles of the methylamine, the moles of the nitrogen is obtained, that is in 1:1 ratio. So if we'll start with 1 mole of methylamine, that will definitely give us formation of 1 mole of nitrogen, and 1 mole of nitrogen is nothing but 22.4 liter. Therefore option B. Question number 48, the correct set of the 4 quantum numbers for the valence electron of rubidium. They have given us the atomic number, that is 37. So if we'll write the electronic configuration for this, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, then 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, 4s2, 4p6 and 5s1. So this is the last electron, that is valence electron for the rubidium. Now this particular electron, for this electron we will calculate the quantum numbers for this. So for this the shell is fifths, therefore n is equals to 5. For s orbital, the azimuthal quantum number is equals to 0. Since the azimuthal is 0, the magnetic will also be 0 and the spin quantum number will be plus half. Therefore option A. Question number 59. After NP6 electronic configuration, the next orbital filled will be over here. After NP6, the electron goes in the higher shell. Therefore, it is n plus 1 s orbital. Therefore, option B. Question number 50. The first ionization enthalpies of the 4 consecutive elements present in the second period of the periodic table are 8.3, 11.3, 14.5 and 13.6 electron volt respectively. Which of the following is ionization enthalpy of nitrogen? Now if we'll talk about all this ionization enthalpy, we can see it is in continuous order. It goes on increasing and suddenly it decreases to 13.6. So the 14.5 value is comparatively higher. In case of nitrogen, which belongs to the group 15, they have the general configuration as ns2np3. Where this p orbital is a half filled and comparatively it is stable in nature. Therefore, more energy is required to remove the electron from this. Hence, that will be having the higher ionization enthalpy than the group 16. Therefore, the higher ionization enthalpy of 14.5 is belonging to the nitrogen. Therefore, option C. Question number 51. A coordinate bond is a dative covalent bond. Which of the below is true? 3 atoms form bond by sharing of their electron. 2 atoms form the bond by sharing of their electron. 2 atoms form the bond and one of them provides the electron. This is absolutely right, because when I talk about the dative bond, for example, the ammonia is forming the bond with the H+. Over here, nitrogen share it's both the electron with this nitrogen. So both the electrons are giving by the nitrogen to the hydrogen. So this is the dative bond where the sharing take place but donation by one of the atom only. Therefore option C. Question number 52. The geometry of ammonia molecule and the hybridization of the nitrogen involved in it is, when I'm talking about the nitrogen, the number of hybrid orbital if we'll calculate for the ammonia in that nitrogen, half into the valence shell of nitrogen contains total 5 electrons plus ammonia in which hydrogen is bonded to the nitrogen. All three hydrogens are monovalent, therefore plus 3. So that is equals to 4. But the bonded electrons are 3. Therefore this is sp3 hybridization. But since there are 4 hybrid orbital and bonded atoms are only 3, there has to be one lone pair, and this lone pair causes the distortion in the geometry. So this has to be sp3 hybridization with the distorted tetrahedral geometry, hence option B. Question number 53, which is not a surface phenomenon? Option A, surface tension, B, viscosity, C, evaporation, and D, all of this. The viscosity is due to the intermolecular force of attraction of the particles. So that is definitely not the surface concept, hence option B. A mixture of 2 moles of carbon monoxide and 1 mole of oxygen reacts in the closed vessel, is ignited to convert carbon into carbon dioxide. If delta H is the enthalpy change and delta E is the change in the internal energy, then we need to find out what is the change in the energy. What is the relationship between the delta H and delta E? Now in this case, first of all, the carbon monoxide is allowed to react with oxygen so as to give formation of the carbon dioxide. If we'll balance this reaction, this will be twice, this will be twice. Now for this particular reaction, if I'll calculate the delta N, the number of moles of products are 2 and number of moles of reactant total are 3. So therefore this will be minus 1. We have an equation delta H is equals to delta E plus delta nRT. Now over here delta N is minus 1, so this will become minus RT. Therefore the delta H will be obtained by subtracting delta RT from the delta E. Therefore delta H is definitely less than delta E. Hence option B. Question number 55. Calculate the free energy change for the copper oxide converted into Cu2O plus half of the oxygen. Now for this reaction, delta H is given and delta S is given to us. Now delta H is in the kilojoule and delta S is in joule. So we'll convert this into kilojoule. So that will be 0.116 kilojoule per mole. We have a formula, free energy equation, delta G is equals to delta H minus T delta S. Delta H given is 145.6 minus temperature is 273 into 0.116. So that is equals to 113.93 kilojoule per mole. Therefore option A. Question number 56. Under what condition of temperature and pressure the formation of the atomic hydrogen from the molecular hydrogen will be favored? Now if I am talking about formation of atomic hydrogen, that is from molecular hydrogen, this will take place only at a higher temperature and the pressure has to be low, so this can be broken very easily. Therefore option B, high temperature and low pressure. Question number 57. In acidic medium, zinc reduces nitrate ion to NH4+. So we need to first balance this particular equation. We have equation Zn plus NO3 minus is giving us the formation of Zn2 plus NH4 plus H2O. Now in this equation, first of all, zinc is having oxidation state 0 over here and over here it is plus 2. So change in oxidation state of zinc is 0 to plus 2, that is total difference of 2 electron. While in the case of nitrogen, over it is plus 5, and if we'll calculate this by using that formula, we have, let's assume it as X, hydrogen is plus 4, total 4 hydrogen, that's equals to plus 1. Therefore X is equals to 1 minus 4, so X is equals to minus 3. So from plus 5 to minus 3 there is a difference of 8 electrons. To balance this, zinc has a 2 electron difference and nitrogen has a 8 electron difference. So we'll multiply zinc by 4. Over here now oxygen are 3. Therefore I will multiply water by 3. Total hydrogen if we'll count now. Over here there are 6 and 4 over here. That is total 10 H plus will be here. Now in this equation, how many moles of HCl are required to reduce half mole of NaNO3 completely? Now if you look at this particular ratio, the 1 mole of NO3 minus is reduced by around 10 mole of acid. So half mole, if we'll take half mole of NO3, that will be reduced by the half mole of H plus, half of the 10, that is 5 mole. Therefore option A. Question number 58. The oxidation state of X, Y, Z are +2, +5 and -3 respectively. The formula of the compound formed by this particular elements are. Now if you look at this, they have given us the different formulas. What we can do, we can just put these values of oxidation state in these compounds. The one which will give us the total of the oxidation state 0, that is our answer. For example, if I'll talk about the first option, X2, Y, Z6. Here X is having +2 oxidation state. There are 2X. Therefore, that will be +4 plus Y is having oxidation state of +5 plus that will be -2 into 6, that is -12. Now this will make a total of 9. 9 minus 12, this is definitely not equals to 0. Next is X, Y2 and Z6. So X, that is +2 plus there are 2Y, so that is +10 plus -12. So definitely this is giving us answer 0. Therefore the formula of the compound is X, Y2, Z6. Question number 59. When zeolite, which is hydrated under the aluminium silicate, is treated with the hard water, the sodium ions are exchanged with H plus ion, Mg2 plus, calcium 2 plus, both, that is Ca2 plus and Mg2 plus. Now when I'm talking about this option, the ion, the hardness of the water is because of the two cations, that is Mg2 plus and calcium 2 plus. So when you are removing that hardness with the help of the zeolite, definitely it is exchanging with both the ions. Therefore option D. Question number 60. Na2S2O3 is reduced by the I2. When I'm talking about Na2S2O3 is allowed to react with I2, it gives us formation of Na2S4O6, where I2 itself undergo the reduction to give the I minus. Therefore option D. Question number 61. The aluminium vessel should not be washed with the material containing the washing soda. This should not be washed with the washing soda because it tends to form the metaluminates, which are water soluble. Let us check the options. Washing soda reacts with the aluminium to form sodium, that is soluble aluminate. This is the correct answer, and that's why it should not be washed with the washing soda. Question number 62. Anhydrous AlCl3 is obtained from aluminium reaction with chlorine. So when aluminium reacts with chlorine, we get formation of AlCl3. Hydrogen chloride reacts with aluminium. HCl when reacts with aluminium, that time also we get formation of AlCl3 with the liberation of hydrogen gas. So both these methods is giving us the formation of the AlCl3. Therefore option C. Question number 63. The IUPAC name of the following compound we are supposed to write. So we'll select first the long chain in this. The numbering has to be done nearby to the double bond. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 carbon in the long chain. The name of this compound is 5-chloro. Long chain is hex 2-in. Therefore option A. Question number 64. Benzene can be obtained by heating either benzoic acid with X or phenol with Y. So when I'm talking about benzene can be obtained from the benzoic acid when we'll allow it to react with soda lime. Soda lime gives us formation of first formation of corresponding sodium salt which undergoes the decarboxylation further to give corresponding benzene. Also it can be obtained from phenol by reduction with a zinc to give corresponding benzene, where zinc itself gets oxidized to ZnO. Therefore, the X reagent is the soda lime and the Y reagent is the zinc dust. Therefore, option B. Question number 65. The correct statement about 1,3 dibutene is, it is a conjugated double bonds are present. For example, if I draw the 1,3, so it's CH2 double bond CH, CH double bond CH2. So this is alternate double and single bond, that is called as conjugated double bond. It reacts with the HBr. Yes, it can react with the HBr to give the addition product. It forms polymer. It can be utilized in the formation of the polymer like butadiene rubber. Therefore, all above statements are correct. Question number 66. Which of the following causes water pollution? Fly ash, auto exhaust, aeroplanes and pesticides. So pesticides causes the water pollution. Question number 67. The first order reflection n is equals to 1 from the crystal of the X-ray from copper anode tube, lambda is given 1.54 Armstrong, occurs at angle of 45 degree. What is the distance between the set of plane causing the diffraction? For this we have an equation n lambda that's equals to 2d sine theta. Now here n given is 1, lambda is 1.54, 2, we need to find the value of d, and this is angle given 45, so sine 45. So this is 1.45 is equals to 2 into d, and sine 45 0.85. Therefore 2d is equals to 0.905 Armstrong. Therefore option C. Question number 68. The solid compound contains X, Y, Z atoms in a cubic lattice with the X atoms at the corner, Y in the body center position and Z in the center of faces. What is the empirical formula? So if is the X is at the corner, so there are 8 corners and every corner contributes to 1 by 8, so that's equals to 1. Next is when I'm talking about Y takes the body center position, so 1 into 1, that is equals to 1, and Z occurs the faces are 6, each contributes the half, so that's equals to C. Therefore the formula of the compound is XYZ3. If you look at the options which are given here, XYZ3, option is B. Therefore answer is option B. Question number 69. At 25 degrees Celsius, the highest osmotic pressure is exhibited by the 0.1 molar solution is. Now they have given these options. First is aluminium sulfate decimolar solution, decimolar barium chloride and decinormal sodium chloride. All are decinormal, therefore all are having the same concentration. Now out of this, if I'll find, this is Al2SO4 thrice, so this is giving me total 5 ions. Barium chloride is going to give me formation of 3 ions and sodium chloride will give me formation of 2 ions. So the one which is forming highest number of the ions, that will give you the highest osmotic pressure. Therefore option A. Question number 70. What happens when the egg is kept in a saturated solution of NaCl after removing its hard shell in dilute HCl? When egg is kept in the saturated solution of NaCl after removing of the hard shell, it shrinks, and that is due to the water comes out of the egg as a salt solution is more concentrated. So this is, in short, the osmosis process take place, hence option B. Question number 71. In a cell that utilizes the reaction Zn plus 2H plus giving Zn2 plus and H2, addition of H2SO4 to the cathode compartment will. Now when I'm talking about this particular reaction, if I'll write the E cell equation, that will be E0 cell minus 0.0592 upon 2 log of concentration of Zn2 plus upon concentration of H plus. Now when you add H2SO4 to the solution, you are in short increasing the concentration of H plus. As the concentration of H plus will increase, the E0 cell of it will also increase and equilibrium will shift towards the right hand side. Therefore, option C, which increases the E and equilibrium will shift to the right. Question number 72. In first order reaction, the reactant concentration C varies with the time as 1 upon C increases linearly with T, log C decreases linearly with T, C decreases with 1 by T, and log C decreases with 1 by T. In this case, we always have to remember the concentration first order reaction. C increases linearly with T. Therefore, we can say the log C will decrease linearly with T. Question number 73. A chemical reaction proceeds following the formula K is equals to P Z e raised to minus EA by RT. Which of the following process will increase the rate of reaction? EA is minus EA by RT. So, if lowering the EA will raise the value of K. Therefore, option A. Question number 74. An emulsion is a colloidal dispersion. Emulsion is liquid in liquid. Therefore, option B. Question number 75. Which of the following is not an ore? Malachite, calamine, satellite and cerussite. So definitely satellite is not the ore. Question number 76. Thomas slag. Thomas slag is actually combination of calcium phosphate and calcium silicate. Hence option B. Question number 77. Which of the following is the more acidic in nature? In these all acids, we need to find the oxidation state of chlorine. In first compound, it is +1, second is +2, +3, +5 and +7. Therefore, higher is the oxidation state, higher is the acidic nature, option D. Question 78. K2Cr2O7 on heating gives the K2CrO4 plus O2. The byproduct obtained in this case is chromic acid, that is chromic acid, that is Cr2O3. Hence option C. Question number 79. Amongst the following, the colored compound is. We need to find the oxidation state of the copper in all these compounds. If we'll see over here, in the first option, the copper is present in +1 oxidation state. In CuF2, this is 2 minus, so this is present in +2 oxidation state. Then in option B, if we'll find, again this is in +1 oxidation state and this is also +1. This is option C, in which it is present in +2 oxidation state, and the +2 oxidation state of the copper has 3D9 configuration, but rest of the +1 has the 3D10 configuration. In 3D10 there is no unpaired electron, 3D9 has unpaired electron, and unpaired electron gives the color to the complex, hence option C. Question number 80. The correct IUPAC name of the following compound is. Here, this is the long chain. We have 3 halogens over here, chlorine, bromine and iodine. While the sequencing order, bromine is higher, then chlorine and then iodine. Therefore, the numbering will take place from left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 3 bromo, 2 chloro, 4 iodo, hexane. Hence option B. Question number 81. CHCl3 reacts with the concentrated HNO3 to give. When chloroform is allowed to react with HNO3 on heating, it gives CCl3. The proton is replaced by the NO2 group. This is called as chloropicrin. Therefore, option A. Question number 82. The acidic character of the primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol with water and the alkyne we need to compare. Now in this case, the highest acidic nature is the water, then alcohols, and then your alkynes because alkynes are comparatively non-polar than the alcohols. Therefore, water is the highest, then primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol, and finally our alkyne group. Therefore, option A. Question number 83. Phenol is heated with the solution of mixture of KBr and KBrO3. So this phenol on reaction with the mixture, it will liberate the bromine, and that bromine gives the substitution at the ortho and the para position. In this reaction, when I'm talking about this particular mixture, this liberate the bromine gas due to the redox reaction, and that bromine is going to react with the phenol to give the tribromo derivative. So option D. Question number 84. What is the product in the following reaction? Amide is allowed to react with NaOH or HCl. So amide is undergoing the hydrolysis. When amide is undergoing the hydrolysis, the water is added across it. Ammonia will get the proton and carbon will get the OH. Therefore, we get a corresponding acid in this reaction. Hence, option A. Question number 85. The reagent that is reacting with the nitromethane to form the methyl hydroxylamine. So here the reagents are given to us. First of all, the reaction is CH3NO2, nitromethane is allowed to react to give CH3NHOH. So this is the half partial reduction, and partial reduction take place in presence of the zinc combination with ammonium chloride, that is giving you the formation of partial reduction. Reduction of aniline with the acetyl chloride in presence of NaOH produces aniline. When it is acetylated, it is going to form the acylated product. So this will be NHCOCH3, that is acetaldehyde. Question number 87. The enzyme which have the control site as well as the active site, they are called as allosteric enzyme, that is having the actual reactive site along with one additional site for the reaction. Which of the following type of forces are present in nylon 6,6? Van der Waals forces, hydrogen bonding, three-dimensional network of bond, and metallic bonding. So the forces which are present are the hydrogen bonding because these are amide structures. Which of the polymer of three different monomers? Out of this, ABS is a polymer because it's a combination of acrylonitrile, butadiene and styrene. Therefore, option A. Amphetamine is generally used as an antidepressant drug. Therefore, option B.